Hauss? What was the first day like?
It was good. It was a beautiful day, 75 degrees, so couldn't ask for a better start to spring ball. I heard last year it was like 30 degrees out, so it was good. It was good to finally put what we've been talking about for 2 months actually on the field. So it was good to dap up some guys and just have fun, throw the ball around a little bit. It was good.
Take us through what December and January were like for you. Obviously going into the portal and landing here, and
Lucky Smith.
Your relationship with Coach Meacham, all those sorts of things.
Yeah, so I got in the portal, and Meacham obviously took the job here, and then Coach Johns, the quarterback coach, he took the job here as well. So I had a great relationship with both of those dudes through recruiting, and then obviously being at TCU, I knew Meacham really well. So it's been great to finally be in the same building with both of them, and grow and learn together, and learn from Coach Johns and what knowledge they have to give me. So it's been awesome.
What do you make of the quarterback room?
Oh, it's awesome. There's 3 good dudes in the quarterback room along with me, Garrett, Zane, and Maya. We're all just helping each other out and learning the system all at the same time. So, it's been good.
Where's the fine line of being friends and helping each other versus going out there and trying to win the job?
The competition's always high. I mean, it's football. We all know that we want to be the starter. So, we're just doing our best every day to, compete, but also be respectful of each other. So that's what it's about.
As you're coming into that environment, not really knowing those guys, do you wonder what it's going to be like and what the vibe is going to be between friendship and competition?
Of course. I mean, every quarterback room is different. There's guys that can be salty. There's guys that can, not really care. They're just there to do the same thing as you are and have fun and play the game that they love. But I've been blessed to be in 2 quarterback rooms at TCU where it was the same way. Everyone was there to build each other up and help each other out and be friends, and it's been the same way here. But obviously, when you're on the field, it's a competition, and you have to focus on what you got to do to be the best version of yourself. But when we're in the building just hanging out with each other, it's fine. So it's been good.
Hauss, from the competition standpoint, learning the playbook, does it feel different for you this time around than it did at TCU?
Oh, it does tremendously. At TCU, I graduated early and came in there, and they started installing plays really fast, and I was just trying to figure out college, to be honest, and I probably didn't take it as seriously as I have as I've gotten here. I've locked in a lot more, and got a lot better feel of what the college balance of football and school and just life in general. So I definitely have a better start to this semester than I did my last spring semester. So first day of spring ball was a lot better when it came to learning the playbook and understanding the offense and doing stuff.
How does Meacham's offense kind of fit you, Hauss?
It's an air raid offense, so I'm sure y'all have heard a lot about his offense and how he likes to throw the ball around. His infamous year was with Trevon Boykin, where they threw it for a lot of yards, and Trevon made a lot of plays with his feet. So I've always watched Trevon Boykin and try to model my game after him, and I think I can do a lot of similar things that he did when he was in college. I'm just going to take what the defense gives me at the end of the day. Whoever's a starter, Meacham's probably going to build the offense around them and scheme around whoever's at quarterback. So that's kind of how I see it.
Do you feel like your relationship with him and Coach Johns will benefit you this spring?
I think so, but I think they're doing this in a fair way. They're gonna play whoever's the best player, and that's how it's gonna be. It doesn't matter, who they've known for the longest or who they're better friends with. They're just gonna play who's better, and that's how it needs to be. And I respect that.
With all the new players, all the new coaches, just kind of what was the vibe like going through winter workouts and stuff like that? Just kind of what was the energy like?
It was awesome. I mean, I don't even know how many new guys came in, but there was quite a bit. So it was kind of, everyone's kind of unsure at first of, what it's going to be like. But within a week or two, we were all jiving with each other. Coach Gunny did a good job, telling us to introduce ourselves to 2 people every day and just get to know people. So sooner or later, everyone on the team knows each other now, and it's been good. We've been busting our butts in the off season. Just got done with that, so now we're on the spring ball. But I think we're starting to build a culture of, what this football team is going to be in the future. So it's been fun.
Hauss, every quarterback kind of has their own unique style, their own comforts. How would you sort of describe your strengths and sort of your favorite way to play this position?
My favorite way to play the position is just playing the game I love, honestly. I played football since I was 6 years old, so I just love competing on the field. I love the feeling of beating somebody on the other team, and I love the feeling of seeing my teammates smile when we score a touchdown, and that's kind of what drives me to play this game, is just that dopamine rush of playing the game of football, and especially playing quarterback. But I mean, actually, the actual game itself. I mean, I'm a runner, so when things break down, I can run the ball when it's 4th and 1. I'm the type of guy who's competitive enough to put my head down and run somebody over if I need to. But and then I also just do it for the glory of God, because He's given me so many blessings throughout my life, and I can't do enough to, return and put a smile on His face. So that's all I'm trying to do in this life, is put a smile on his face when I can. And I love the game of football. I love my teammates around me, and I love the people that support us in this football program.
A receiver, how's it been just kind of forming relationships with those guys, and who's kind of stood out there to you so far?
It's been good. We got a bunch of good receivers in the room. We brought on a few transfers that I got pretty close with pretty fast. Sam, Shamar, Jalen, and then 2 freshmen that came in. They were all really good players. So it's been exciting to see what they can do throughout the spring, and we're just going to continue to try and get on the same page, because this is really our first day of live reps, so it'll only get better throughout the spring.
Hey, Hauss, did you and your dad talk at all about the wrestling stuff over the weekend? I know talking to you guys in the past, that's been something y'all enjoyed.
We sat down all weekend and watched. We probably sat on the couch for 6 hours or so and watched all the wrestling. So it was awesome. My dad grew up wrestling, so it was fun to be a part of a school that has 2 national champion wrestlers, and it was awesome to watch.
So he was up here with you over the weekend?
No, I was.
Oh, you were down there.
Spring break, so I was at home. So we watched it at home.
Do you know any of those guys?
I don't.
Yeah.
I've seen them walking around training table. I haven't introduced myself yet, but they're
both
bad
good
dudes.
guys. Well, they're both good dudes.
I guarantee it.
Can you reenact what it was like with you and your dad watching Wyatt get that takedown late?
My dad jumped off the couch. I was just sitting there, just excited.
Yeah.
But my dad, he's a big wrestling fan, because he grew up doing it. My uncle was a really good wrestler, so my dad jumped off the couch and started screaming. He started pumping his chest and doing all that. We came to a wrestling match, the last home dual meet against Missouri, and they packed the stadium out, and that was a fun experience when Wyatt pinned their heavyweight in I think it was 30 seconds. He pinned him, and that was pretty awesome. But yeah.
When you're seeing that kind of stuff, is there any part in the back of your brain that go, it'd be so cool to be out in front of these same fans on the football field?
100%. Knowing that the Oklahoma State has a fan base like that, I can only imagine what Boone Pickens is going to be like when it's the first game of the season, when hopefully we get a few game wins under our belt, and it'll be rocking. It'll be awesome. I'm just super excited to go out there and be in that environment.
How has the last month or so progressed for you? I mean, through the walkthroughs and everything. I mean, how good do you feel about starting today, the first day of spring?
I feel really good. Definitely. They talked about it earlier, but going into my last semester when I graduated early at TCU, I was just learning, the college, and being a freshman, I was just learning the whole system. So I've got a year under my belt now, so I know what it takes coming in here, what it was going to be like, and what I needed to do to set myself up for success, and it's been really good. I got the playbook down like the back of my hand, and Meacham and Coach Johns have really helped all 4 of us get a hold of the playbook. So it's good.
I saw today moves. I mean, I saw some of it in Lido and film, but today you're not just fast. You're fast and you're elusive.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about, because you were spinning around pretty good today.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to football instincts. I mean, that's all I did in Pee Wee football, just catch the ball and run and make whatever happens. So I think it's just been a buildup of years of seeing things and feeling things on the field. So it's all instincts out there when I'm playing.
What's the biggest thing, if you kind of had to self-scout, what do you have to do this spring? Where do you have to improve to be the guy that wins this job?
Just be consistent, taking it day by day, and I know I have the ability to be a great football player, and take this team to a Big 12 championship in the future. But it's just taking it day by day, and not getting too high, not getting too low, just staying steady. I'll steady uphill climb, and sooner or later I'll see the hard work that I put in coming to fruition.
Is that something you feel like you had to kind of learn, like maybe when you, like you said, you're kind of learning how to do college? Yeah. Was learning how to be more even-keeled? Was that something you learned?
Yeah, I mean, college was a big step up from high school, just from a maturity standpoint, obviously from a player standpoint, from a pressure standpoint. I just had to get comfortable being who I am out there on the field and having confidence. That's a big thing coming into college, is confidence.
How important in competition like this is for all 4 of you guys to ignore the outside noise?
It's extremely important, because everybody's different, but you can't let what outside people say affect your motivation, your focus, what you think about yourself. At the end of the day, the only person that matters is the way God looks at you. So if you keep Him at the center of your life, everything else will kind of I guess, noise out, and you won't focus on those things because they don't really matter. And good things will happen when you keep God at the center of your life. That's the way it was meant to be. And that's kind of how I've really grown in my faith the past year and a half just because of living on my own. I've just, felt the need to do that, to really grow in my faith, and I think it's helped me out tremendously.
Is there any part of you, just because you haven't thrown a collegiate pass, is there any part of you that feels the need to, I know you can do it, but prove to people that, hey, I can do that. I'm not just a guy that can duck my head and pick up those hard plays on 4th and 1 or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, people talk about proving people wrong, and people also talk about proving yourself right, and that's kind of more the path that I'm going on because I know I can do it. I've done it in practice. I mean, I did it at TCU, made plenty of plays in practice at TCU, so I know I can do it, so it's just only time will tell, and I know it'll happen at some point.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
I guess you're kind of the newest quarterback in the room, but you come in maybe with the most experience with Meacham. Just what does that do for you?
I built a great relationship with Meacham, but going into this quarterback competition, Meacham's not favoring any sides or favoring who he knows best or who he's friends with more. The best quarterback's going to play at the end of the day, and this will be a long process. We'll compete throughout the spring, so I just got to focus on what I got to do to put myself in the best position to be successful, and that's taking it day by day and doing whatever I can to make myself better and not get too high, not get too low, just stay even kill, and like I said, take it day by day. But Meacham's great. I came here. I came here because he took the job here. I had a great relationship with him at TCU, and obviously Coach Johns came from. He wasn't employed, but I knew him throughout high school recruiting and really loved Coach Johns. So both of those guys, I can't wait to. It's been great to continue to work with them over the past 2 months and pick their brains and learn from both of those guys.
How are you kind of approaching the competition coming in? I know you guys are all teammates and all vying for the same spot, but
yeah,
what's kind of that relationship like in the room when you're all four trying for the one spot?
Oh, it's been good. I mean, I can't say that there's competition involved, and when you're on the field and going throughout football drills or just being on the field, there's competition. We're not going to be buddies on the field, but we're going to support each other and respect each other. So there's just respect between us, and we're just hanging out in the facility. We have a good time. We're buddies with each other, and we talk. So it's great.
Maybe everybody kind of has their own strengths. What would you say is kind of yours and would separate you from the pack?
I'd say I'm a lot faster than other guys, but I haven't really thought about what separates me from. Yeah, I'm just focusing on what I can do to be the best version of myself. But we all have great attributes, and it's just about who can be the most consistent on the field.
Are there intangibles that may ultimately make the difference in who gets that starting job? I mean, you talk about your speed and obviously who can throw it and all that stuff. But intangibles, leadership, that type of thing might tip the scales.
Of course. I mean, only time will tell. I've only been around these dudes for 2 months, but I have confidence in myself that I'm a great leader and I lead by action, and words will come at some point when I gain respect from the guys on the team, and that's slowly starting to happen as I'm getting to know more guys. But I'm just an ultimate competitor. I'm going to do whatever I can to help my team win, and when it's 4th and 1, I put my head on the line to help my team win. So that's kind of the mindset I go into everything in life with. Is I'm going to do everything full tilt for the glory of God. He's my strength, and he helps me up when I'm down, and I glorify him when I'm up. So that's kind of the approach that I go about towards everything. I kind of try and spread that light onto everybody I'm around.
How have you kind of gone about these first 2 months of getting to know the guys, getting to know, letting them know who you are, what you're about, in these first 2 months you've been here?
No, there's no secret. I mean, I'm just another guy on the team that's trying to make buddies with all the other new guys that are coming in as well. Because when you got 30 new guys that are coming into a program, everybody's kind of standoffish at first. They don't have a good feel for things. So when I first came, I was really trying to get to know the new guys and get them to feel comfortable in the building. Because when I came in the building, I was pretty comfortable with the whole coaching staff, and I've gotten to know some of the newer guys, some of the guys that have been here. So I was really trying to make buddies with some of the new guys and get them to feel comfortable and know that they have some buddies on the team. So it's really just been normal, nothing crazy.
Who have you kind of bonded with, workouts and stuff?
I would say I got a really good buddy on the team. His name's Tyler Brumfield. He's a left tackle. He transferred from Snow College. He's been fun to be around, but really a lot of the offensive linemen I'm really good buddies with, and then a lot of the receivers I'm really good buddies with.
Hauss, what do you like best about Coach Meacham's offense, and specifically, how do you think it can play to your advantages?
Meacham's offense is fun to be a part of. He's a really great play caller, a fun coach to learn from and play from. He tries to keep the game as simple as possible, which is good because it allows the quarterback to play fast and allows all 10 other guys in the field to play fast as well. But it's an air raid offense. I'm sure you've heard about Meacham's offense and his history with his offense. It's probably one of his better years with Trevon Boykin at TCU, and Trevon was obviously able to throw for a lot of yards and run for a lot of yards with his feet. So when you get the best of both worlds with a guy who can run and pass, I think that's kind of where I fit in his offense, where I can do both.
Heard he likes the screen game quite a bit too, and Zane talked about you guys have quite a bit of speed in your not just your receiver room, but your running back room too, and obviously your speed's a pretty big strength too. So just the way he uses the running backs and the screen game, how do you think that can be a benefit for you guys this year?
The screens are blitz killers, so people blitz to get pressure on the quarterback, because when you let a quarterback get out of the pocket, especially a running quarterback, things just go to hell at that point. But screens are great to throw defenses off guard because they don't know when it's coming. So when you have screens implemented in your offense, that stops them from blitzing as much as they would want to. So that's kind of where screens come into play.
I know you only practice with them for like 17 seconds, but your skill guys around you, what's your impression of, you mentioned the receivers a second ago, what's the impression of the receivers and the running backs that you've got playing with you?
So receivers, we got a lot of speed at receiver and a lot of guys that have a lot to prove, because a lot of them haven't really played as much football, and nobody on the offense has played a whole lot of football because the offense had a whole lot of guys that are gone now. So a lot of guys are looking for opportunities to just show what they're about, and it was our first day of spring, so we got a lot of things we got to work on. Everybody on the team does, and that's fine. That's why we have spring ball. So we're still trying to build connections with these receivers and get on the same page. That's fine. But it's been good to get to know some of the receivers. I'm good buddies with a lot of those guys, and I'm excited to see what we can do in the future.
Is it kind of, like you say, there's guys that have returned, there's guys that are new like you, but sort of that chance to prove yourself. Is that something you feel like could be kind of a part of the secret sauce for you guys once the ball gets here?
I think so. When a team is, being put down as an underdog, or like nobody thinks they're going to do something, that should put a chip on everybody's shoulder on the team, and there's no egos involved at that point. So everyone's looking to just do whatever they can to prove everybody wrong. And for me, myself, I just try to prove myself right, because I know what I'm capable of and know what this team can do. So I just have a whole lot of confidence going into this off season, into the summer, into the season, and hoping to catch people off guard.
Are you hoping to accomplish certain things by certain checkpoints? Like, by the end of spring, like, what do you kind of want to have accomplished?
Obviously for all four of us, we want to be the starter, hopefully by the end of spring. If not, it'll have to be during fall camp. And I just want to, prove to not only my coaches, but to my teammates that I'm the guy I'm the guy that y'all want to have at the helm, and I'm going to do whatever I can to do that. But, only time will tell, and I'm just going to take it day by day and be a good teammate, support all the three other guys in this room, and have fun doing it, because at the end of the day, this is the game we all love. So I don't want to take the fun out of this game, because that's why I play it, and I'm just going to have fun with it during the spring, because I'm blessed to be in this position, have this opportunity.
You wear number 4. Any reason why?
4 times 2 is 8. I wore 8 all throughout my childhood, and then 4 times 2 is 8, so that's kind of why.
So was 8 not an option originally?
Mine already had 8, so when I came in, they were like, you got 1, 4, and 5, and I wore 1 at TCU. I really didn't want to wear that again, but so I was like, I'll do 4.
Do half.
Yeah. Why not?
What was it about 8? Why'd you wear 8 for so long?
So when I was in Pee Wee, my mom's number was 5, but my best friend, he was already on the team that I was joining, and he was 5, so they're like, we have 8, and so I started wearing 8 when I was like in kindergarten, and then I kind of wore that all the way up. Yeah. So that's why.
It's a good number. It looks good on a jersey, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
I like it though.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you.